Texas is suing Big Pharma. It's October 28, 2025, and these are your headlines. I'm Sydney Henry, filling in for Brandon Waltons, who's on vacation. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton is taking on pharmaceutical giants Johnson & Johnson and Kenvue, filing a lawsuit that alleges deceptive marketing of Tylenol to pregnant women despite mounting evidence suggesting risk to unborn children. Paxton claims these companies ignored decades of science showing that acetaminophen, Tylenol's active ingredient, could increase the likelihood of autism and ADHD in children exposed in the womb. According to the Attorney General, not only did Johnson & Johnson continue promoting the drug as safe for expectant mothers, but it also tried to dodge responsibility by moving Tylenol-related liabilities to its spinoff, Kenvue, a move Paxton says violates Texas law. Paxton called this Big Pharma betraying America, pointing to years of alleged profit-driven behavior that put mothers and children at risk. Kenvue responded sharply, saying the lawsuit spreads misinformation and claiming acetaminophen is the safest pain remedy for pregnant women when used as directed. The company stands by its product and intends to vigorously fight the allegations, advising all expectant mothers to continue to consult healthcare professionals before taking any over-the-counter medication. This lawsuit comes as the Trump administration and the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services put a spotlight on studies linking prenatal Tylenol use to developmental disorders. Federal researchers are now prioritizing investigations into these risks and urging caution until more findings are available. Paxton's office says it aims to hold drug makers accountable for decades of misleading marketing that could have endangered the health of millions. The legal fight over West Texas A&M University's drag show ban is heating up, as the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals has decided to rehear the case with all 17 judges sitting en banc. This move vacates a previous 2-1 panel decision that temporarily blocked the university from enforcing its ban and had found that the pro-LGBT Spectrum WT student group was likely to win on First Amendment grounds. At the heart of the case is whether drag shows on campus are protected free speech. The earlier court panel rejected the ban, ruling that drag performances fall under expressive conduct covered by the First Amendment, and said the campus venue should be treated as a public forum, meaning strict scrutiny applies to any restrictions. Judge James Ho dissented, questioning whether drag shows deserve this level of protection and raising concerns about broader impacts if law and policy fully embrace gender fluidity. University President Walter Windler canceled the drag event in 2023, arguing that such performances stereotype and demean women and are inherently divisive and demoralizing. The student group, represented by the Foundation for Individual Rights and Expression, filed suit. Now, as the full appeals court prepares for arguments expected in early 2026, the outcome could have far-reaching effects for similar drag show bans across Texas.
But every day I run into something that I'm dealing with the county judge.
Judge Bray recused himself, but as we'll soon see, he couldn't resist reinserting himself into the process.
Signing notices, setting deadlines, accepting candidate applications, rejecting candidate applications. The dispute that ensued thereafter was centered on whether or not Judge Bray had the authority to do those things or should have been doing those things.
Head over to TexasScorecard.com today to watch our latest documentary, Kicking the Circle. Texas's plan to fix energy shortages in the Permian Basin has surged into a $33 billion statewide project, and Texans will be paying the price for years. What started as a focused solution under House Bill 5066 to relieve grid congestion in West Texas has been expanded by state agencies into a sweeping transmission plan that covers the entire state. The result is a massive network of new 765 kilovolt transmission lines to meet growing electricity needs from oil, gas, crypto mining, and data centers, all overseen by ERCOT and the Public Utility Commission of Texas. Critics, including lawmakers like State Rep. Charlie Guerin, say the state's original intent has been bypassed in favor of a rushed, little-debated plan that burdens ratepayers. Brent Bennett of the Texas Public Policy Foundation estimates the total cost, including financing and maintenance, could reach $80 billion. Supporters argue the lines, built via public-private partnerships, will address grid reliability and unlock billions in economic growth. However, landowners and some local officials warn of property seizures using eminent domain and environmental impacts across rural Texas as the power lines crisscross the state. The jump in project scope also opens the door for more wind and solar expansion, compounding existing grid problems from unreliable energy sources. For more of today's stories, go to TexasScorecard.com.